It's the world's 10th largest consumer of coal and relies on it for almost all its electricity. Now Poland is playing host to the UN's annual climate change talks. Activists say it's no surprise then which companies the organisers have chosen to sponsor the event. They include ArcelorMittal, the world's largest steel and mining company. Its activities produce over 190 million tonnes of carbon dioxide each year. That's more than the entire CO2 output for oil-producing Venezuela. Also a partner, Poland's largest electric company.
Polska Grupa Energetyczna.
It runs this power station, one of the largest fossil fuel power plants in the world.
It's very concerning, it's very dangerous, and we've got to ensure that this conference is for the interests of people and the planet. And these companies, and their bottom line is to ensure that they continue to make and maximise their profit. In my mind, this is akin to having cigarette companies sponsoring a conference on lung cancer and then being surprised when that conference says smoking is acceptable and should be encouraged.
But others say the involvement of business, and some of the dirtiest, is welcome and necessary.
Business, is really worried about climate change. It's a big issue for many companies, and business has to be part of the solutions to climate change as well. We can't do it without the active engagement of business.
How to help the world's most vulnerable populations adapt to a changing climate will also be on the agenda, as will a new plan to replace the Kyoto Protocol and map out future cuts in carbon emissions. But there's a growing awareness that any new emissions agreement must include developing nations, in particular India and China. Since 1990, carbon dioxide emissions from the United States have remained more or less constant. Add to this the emissions of other industrialised countries, and you even see a decline mirroring the recent economic downturn. But now look at China's emissions, and you see where the real increases lie, more than 10% between 2010 and 2011. Then add to this all the other developing countries, and you get a sense of where the greatest challenges lie in reducing emissions. The Warsaw meeting is not expected to result in any breakthrough agreements, but those taking part say they hope it will lay important groundwork for a future pact. But with so many competing voices and interests, the common ground, as always, will be hard to find. Tarek, Bazley, Jazeera.